Welcome to Electrified. It's your host, Dylan Loomis. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and none of you were out traveling southwest. A quick shout out to my newest patrons, Tatsuo, Mr. X, Melody, and Ulf. Greatly appreciate your generosity. First up, a quick correction from the weekend episode. When I was talking about the factory inside of the factory and I shared that big image inside of Giga Berlin, I said it was the Giga press machine. It was not, it was actually the stamping machine. So I was going too fast, my apologies. And a few other tidbits that came out over the weekend. Paul Kelly on Twitter shared lumbar might be back for the passenger side seats, as you can see the controls in this image. And we all saw the picture with the 4680s in the structural pack, but then there was this image with 2170s that might be a form of a structural pack. I think part of the problem is the nomenclature is getting confused. What is the actual definition of a structural pack? It's different depending on who you ask, but it seems as though Tesla can have a type of structural pack with both the 2170s and the 4680s. And with this image showing how the seats will be mounted directly onto the pack, you can see these four structures right here, which are indeed on the structural pack right here. And then on the 2170 pack, we have those same four structures, albeit a little bit different, but similar in nature. And just to be clear here, Gary Black said that both Berlin and Austin Model Y models will start with 2170 cells. I think he might be wrong on this one. I personally think, based on what Elon said about Cato Road having the capacity to ramp the Model Y at Giga Texas, sure, maybe the first few vehicles start with 2170s, but it sounds like early on the 4680s will be starting at Giga Texas on the Model Y production ramp. Whereas for me, Elon made it sound like the Berlin factory, yes, may indeed start with 2170s as they will source them from Tesla China. But let me know how you interpreted Elon's comments. Do you think the Model Y at Giga Texas will start with 4680s? Next up from Alex on Twitter, according to media sources, the Brandenburg State Environmental Agency allowed tests of the entire production line and the construction of the first 250 complete car bodies. And this is good news because just over the weekend, Tesla wasn't yet able to actually manufacture anything with those machines, but it seems like they finally got the green light to do this testing. Another update from Paul, these lights are an Easter egg, fully adaptive lights on the Berlin Model Y. See the video in the second tweet, this is huge. And that video that he was talking about, very short, but here you have it. And Elon did actually comment on this saying, yeah, headlights are precision LED, so they can be bright without blinding oncoming traffic, pedestrians, and cyclists. Now, to be clear, this specific technology isn't anything new, as many other automakers, specifically in the luxury market, have had this technology, but Tesla has not, so it is new for Tesla. And next up, apologies for overlooking this one on the weekend, but Tesla's apparently new Giga beer. I wasn't sure if Elon was serious about this when he was kind of talking in German. I didn't fully understand what was going on, but it seems as though Tesla is going to have this new Tesla created in-house Giga beer, similar to how they had the Tesla tequila and ultimately put it for sale. So Tesla really tapping into that German culture. You love to see it. Next up, rpunks on Reddit, the same user that shared the picture of the Plaid Model S motors removed, now is sharing a picture of the Plaid Model S battery pack. So as you can see, we have 5 separate modules, but pretty much packed to the brim. So if you want to go ahead and analyze it further, be my guest. Next up, this news got lost in the weekend shuffle, but Tesla's CCS adapter is finally coming. But it's coming to Korea first, and hopefully it will come to the States next. If you're not familiar, Tesla owners in North America right now are unable to take advantage of the growing third-party charging networks using the CCS standard like Electrify America. Tesla just sent a new email to owners in Korea confirming that the CCS adapter is coming this month, and it will cost about $250 US. Next up from John Connell on Twitter, some new charging features in the latest version of the Tesla app. So as you can see, you can set the charging limit, nothing new. Maybe you can change the amps now. It looks like there is a button that is clickable, but I'm just trying to get as much information from this because there was no explanation actually given. But under the schedule tab, we now have charge, and you can enable scheduled charging, and you can set the time for when you want to start charging. And in terms of departure, you can set the departure time and choose to precondition to set the climate and preheat the battery. And you can use off-peak charging, which will reduce your energy costs. But if any of you guys have the .36 update, please let us know below what specific charging updates are in this app, better than me just trying to guess from this image. And if you're interested in a list of most of the FSD beta testers, here is a link that I will include in the description below for some follows on Twitter. Next up, we have a cool, but I'm not sure how useful of a video. However, I wanted to share it just for the time that went into the filming. As you can see, we have a Model S Plaid racing a Cessna airplane. Once again, I'm not sure what you can make and decipher from this video, but pretty cool nonetheless. The full Reddit thread is linked below if you're interested. TechAU reported the Tesla Megapack 2.0 will use LFP packs from CATL, which I believe are prismatic. Now, there's some debate in the Tesla community about the Megapack version 1 using 2170 cells. Tesla doesn't really give a whole lot of information out there, but if version 2 is moving to these prismatic cells, maybe that could free up more of the 2170 cells for vehicles, but that's really just speculation. If any of you guys have any more confirmed information, please let us know. Next up, Matty Joyce on Twitter shared his excitement about Tesla's FSD as he was on his first drive. Elon said he just wanted to emphasize this is the work of hundreds of awesome engineers in both software and hardware, over 1,000 data analysts, and billions of owner miles. So of course, Elon's going to get a ton of the attention and praise for FSD, but let's not forget about this huge team of people working hard, tirelessly on the weekends to make FSD possible and to continue iterating. Thank you all very much. And Tesla released some new updates on their website, one specifically a new Giga Berlin rendering. So here you have the new, and for comparison's sake, here is the old. Old, new, old, new. There you have it. And the other new images, you have somebody in white, you have inside the paint shop, a red Model Y, and an employee at work. And next up, I thought this was actually really cool, getting into that graffiti and artwork that will be at Giga Berlin. So as you can see, there is a point cloud from the FSD of a deer heading toward the road in a country scenario. And Paul said it's wicked cool. So here is the painting on the building. Yes, it is indeed on the building because in this video, you can actually see how it was created. Remember those autonomous robots from the weekend that were seemingly riding Giga Berlin on the wall? Well, it looks like those same robots are actually making this painting directly on the Giga Berlin wall. So I thought that was really cool. Next up, with Tesla's FSD 10.2 release, they are seemingly done officially with the NDA. Elon said it will be available in perforated rolls. What else is available in perforated rolls? Toilet paper. What do you do with toilet paper? You can take it from there. So officially done with the NDAs with the beta testing. Next up, Ray for Tesla shared a litigation win for Tesla China according to a court ruling on September 20th. They filed a lawsuit in July against the Model 3 owner for deliberately twisting the truth about his accident. Now, he is fined 50,000 Chinese yuan and ordered to apologize to the plaintiff within 10 days for at least 90 days on SM. I'm guessing that means social media. If I'm wrong, please correct me. And to give you some context, 50,000 Chinese yuan is roughly 7,700 US dollars. So this is great for Tesla China. Hopefully the word of this spreads and more people that are thinking of doing things like that, spreading misinformation about Tesla. Hopefully this is a lesson to not do that. Next up, from Tristan on Twitter, Tesla has added a new voxel 3D bird's eye view output and it's pretty amazing. Nice of them to start merging some bits of FSD into the normal firmware in 2021.36 so we can play with the perception side. Thanks to Green the Only for the help. Here you have the image. Now, in case you're wondering what in the world this actually means, here you go. FSD can estimate the position and shape of obstacles it's never been explicitly trained to recognize. It can't classify them, but it can avoid running into them. And this next part was actually corrected by Green the Only. So this person said, this is the first time Tesla has created a way of visualizing the arbitrary obstacles. But Green said, no, they did not. The actual visualization is done by Rice Fry. The detections are by Tesla, and these neural nets just made an appearance in the production firmware, hence why it's now possible to run them and then visualize the results externally. Now, yes, this news is really just for those deep in the neural network space, but for those of you that are there, hopefully you can take this tidbit and run with it. Next up, we have this tweet from Alex. A hardware change in a car is a 3 to 4 year project for legacy automakers. In 2020, Tesla was able to successfully implement 27 updates in hardware per model per week. So yes, a very impressive statistic, but to be fair, I really don't know how he came to these numbers. Thus, I wasn't really able to verify this information. Did he take all of the Tesla hardware updates in 2020 and then divide that number by the number of weeks and the number of vehicles? I'm not sure, but either way, Alex, if this is accurate, a very cool statistic. And yes, we did get the FSD Beta 10.2 over the weekend. Coffee Anarchy on Twitter shared that basically it couldn't see his neighborhood gate, to which Elon replied, "Low occlusion gates are challenging but should be fixed soon." Next up, if you're into the solar panel space, I have included a new study linked below, but it's the first detailed global assessment of the electricity generation potential of rooftop solar panels and has revealed the total global potential for electricity produced in this way exceeds all the energy used worldwide in 2018. And the new data has also identified hotspots in India and China where investment in rooftop solar panels could have the greatest impact on climate change and the environment. Two places that Tesla is expanding in China and potentially will be moving into in India. But the authors found a global potential of 27 petawatt hours per year, which exceeded the global energy consumption in 2018. And for some context, 27 petawatts is equivalent to 1 million gigawatts. So we're talking 27 million gigawatt hours per year. But the gist of the study is that if we can store this energy that can be generated by solar rooftop alone, it could be enough to power the entire world. Now, yes, there are plenty of caveats to get from here to there, but it was an encouraging study nonetheless. That is all for today. Please take a second to like the video. If you did, hope you all have a wonderful day, and a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters.